Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Stephanie. Thank you for joining me. Today we're just going to talk a little bit about light, and we're going to use this palette because I haven't used it in a video yet. So why not, right? That's what we're doing today. If you want to see my thoughts and opinions on how to get this look and find out what we've been doing during the stay inside situation we got going on here, just stay tuned. So how is everyone doing out there? Hopefully you guys are doing well. It's been very stressful last few weeks, hasn't it? Of course, I am working still, so that kind of, I don't know, I guess keeps me in a routine so that I don't focus so much on all of the crisis situation that's going on. And I actually did a whole entire video on that and decided to scrap it. So that's probably why it's taken me so long to get another video out. Very sorry about that, but I figured I would just be happy that I have a job, which I am very happy that I have a job, and call it that. Just call it that. Because I know so many people out there are really struggling and don't have a job right now and don't have that income. So for me to complain about working would be asshole-ish, and I don't want to be an asshole. So I'm just very thankful that I have a job. That being said, it is a little bit of additional stress because, you know, just trying to keep your surroundings clean and be around other people. So that's just a tiniest bit stressful, but we all have offices, so we can kind of, you know, just shut our door, do our work, and be solitary in our space. And that's a good thing. Anyways, one of the reasons that I wanted to make this video was because in the other video, I actually worked with the Razzle Dazzle berry palette, and since I scrapped that one, I figured I would make today's video with this palette. And obviously I have my foundation on and all that fun stuff, but I forgot to bronze. I haven't bought anything new because obviously spending's kind of not a big priority, especially when the economy is the way it is and we want to make sure that we are able to afford just necessary things. So only one of us goes to the store, tries to stock up as much as possible, and then it's work home. But luckily, because we live on such a big property, we've got plenty of room to kind of isolate and do our own thing. And I've been doing a lot of crafts lately, and I've been able to crochet some stuff, and my son put it up on his Etsy site. So I'm actually going to show those to you because I think I started to show you what I was working on in a prior video and didn't show you the finished products. And funny thing about that, I'm using my little Too Faced chocolate bronzer, and I love this. I actually may repurchase the larger standard size, you know, obviously depending on how finances are when this kind of craziness is over, which I had to turn the news off for a while because it's just negative and there's enough negativity in the world. So once this situation clears up a little, then I'll consider, you know, going out and maybe purchasing some new things. But until then, we're just trying to keep our budget tight, and I'm sure as many of you are, and most Americans. So kind of working with what we have. And so I wanted to show you what I made that my son put on his Etsy site. It's Collective Perspective. I'll link it down below. But I made 3 shirts. They're like festival tops, and I'm actually working on another one for me that's gonna be more mom friendly. You know, because when I was 23, I would have rocked one of these shirts, no issue, but I'm not 23. Anyways, here is shirt number 1, and I had found this yarn a while back, and I loved that yarn so much I had purchased the yarn in different colors. So I got these colors too, and I was like, oh, they're so pretty. But this is shirt number 1. He's so cute. And it has like this little tie in the back where you can crisscross tie it. And I was like, oh, I want to do something with that yarn because it is so pretty and it's soft. It's so soft, like stupid soft. And this is the one that I was working on the granny squares when I showed you the last video that I showed these in. So there is the shirt. There's little granny squares. That's the shirt. And it's got these little ties that I did with that same yarn. And see, it's fuzzy and it's so soft. It's really soft. And then I did the back in that crisscross. So you can crisscross the back of this one too, because I was like, I really like the crisscross thing. I don't know why. I don't know. I think it's pretty. It looks pretty on. And then this one is the other one that I made. And this one kind of reminds me of more like farm girly. Like, I don't know. I love it. It's so cute. But it's like these cute little granny squares. And then it comes up the back. And it crisscrosses in the back like so, and I put these little cute little tassels on it. So I've been staying busy, and since I already had the materials, it's been pretty easy to just kind of go through what I have and shop my stash with my yarn and make something beautiful out of it. I don't know if they'll sell. If they do, that's great. If they don't, that would be disappointing, but I'm sure that I could find somebody that would take them and love them, because they took a lot of work, but I put a lot of love into them, and I think they came out beautifully, and I hope to find a nice home for them. So anyways, moving forward, because we want to get into the makeup. So just my personal thoughts on this palette. I like it, but some of the colors just don't kind of show up the way you want them to. Like, I don't know. It's pretty. Some quick swatches. I actually really like this matte purple. It's a good matte purple. I'll go into this one. Come on, focus. I mean, I don't know. It's alright. It smells great though. Oh, it smells fantastic. It smells delicious. It's delicious, Morty. I know. Yeah, that's my son's thing. Rick and Morty. Anyway, so this is what I'm going to do, what I'm going to work with, because this is what I've kind of found, is that because the lightest shade in this palette is this one right here, I'm actually going to use that for my all over my lid and for the inner corner, because again, it's the lightest one. If I use the shimmer right here, I think it feels too dark. So we're going to move along, shall we? Alright, so I'm going to take my fluffy brush and we're going to go in with this and just lay it down. And I've been doing a lot of shop my stash stuff lately, obviously, because we don't want to spend money on any frivolous stuff right now, just due to the economy and wanting to make sure that we're not getting in over our heads on anything at this point. So I pulled out my Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation that I have not used in a long time. And I gotta tell you, every time I use it, I'm like, why don't I use this foundation more? And I know why it is, because I have to mix two colors to get my color. But I love this foundation. It always works so well. And of course, Timmy right here, you know, looked a lot worse before I put the foundation on. So, you know, we're trying to hide Timmy in the closet, get him away from us. I'm ready for him to go. You know what they say about fish in house guests stink after 3 days? That's Timmy. So what are you guys doing for busy time to keep your mind off of things? And I mean, I'm sure most people are self-isolating, which obviously is good for society, but what are you doing at your house while you're doing this? Are you getting into video games? Is your house like completely spotless to where you can eat off of your floors? You know, I actually know people who are like that. My sister-in-law today was saying, my house is so clean, I've turned into a complete clean freak. And I'm like, I bet. I wish I had that option, but I have so many dogs that I keep it as clean as possible, but I ain't got time for all that. I'm going into this color, which is pink suede. That was Seth. He's telling me the oven's off. That's because it's ready to be done. So I'm going into pink suede, and I'm going to put that as my transition shade. And I actually very much like this color. It's a really pretty matte, neutral color. It's almost got a peachy undertone to the pink, and I really like that. So it's finally starting to be more spring-like up here in Vermont, which I say that, but it snowed last night. It's what, April 11th? It's just that they call it poor man's fertilizer because the snow, I guess, has nitrogen in it, and when it falls on the grass, apparently it fertilizes the grass with nitrogen. At least that's what I was told. And I actually did research it, and that's how it came up too. So I guess it must be accurate. You know, we get these little here and there bouts of snow before it actually really warms up, but we've got tulips and daffodils coming out in our garden, and it's really nice. And the peepers are out, and the peepers are, they're little frogs. They're like the little just after tadpole frogs. So we have a big swampy area in our property, and we can hear them. They sound like they're chirping. If I can get that sound on video, I'll put a little clip in so you can hear them, because it's just...
Do you hear them? Do you hear the peepers, buddy? Can you hear the peepers? They're loud tonight. Get the ball. Get the ball. Up. Up. Get the ball. Get the ball. I know.
It's the best sound, because you know spring's coming, and it's like, yes, I am ready for warm weather and grass and sunshine. We've been doing a lot of stuff on the property, and my husband used the four-wheeler last weekend to drag some logs out of the woods, because we had a lot of trees fall this year. So it was really nice. We had a beautiful bonfire, and the sky was blue, and we took photos, and oh, it was so nice. And I'll probably put some of those in here too, because it helps me get into a better headspace, and we all kind of need that right now, right? Better headspace. So next I'm going to go in with this color, which is boysenberry. Oh, boysenberry. Oh my god. IHOP boysenberry syrup. So good. We have no IHOPs around here. Although I wonder if they'd be open anyways. We have restaurants and stuff that are open for takeout, but a lot of them have closed completely because of this shutdown. I'm sure everywhere. I've seen from some of my friends on Facebook that work in the hospitality industry that their restaurants or bars or whatever are completely shut down, and that's horrible news for Florida, because their entire economy pretty much hinges on the tourist trade. So that's really scary. I feel bad for my friends who have lost their work, especially in those trades, because I mean, it is Florida, so you know the hospitality industry will come back at some point, but it's just, I mean, their economy is probably taking a worse nosedive than ours is up here. I'm going to take some of this boysenberry color and just run it under my lower lash line too. Just kind of tie it in there. Alright, I'm going to take a bigger brush, the little more densely packed brush, and just kind of try and blend that a bit. Okay, now I'm going to go back into this color, the Dazzle color right here. And I'm going to just take my finger and use that as my lid shade, because it's just a nice light color. And I like light colors on my inside lid. I was telling my friend Jen today, I was like, I'm so grateful that my son was able to come up here before it got really bad. It was kind of crazy, almost like divine intervention, that he came up here pretty much like the week or a week and a half before this virus really started kind of taking a chokehold on the country. So it's really nice knowing that he's up here and not still in Florida, where, you know, it's more densely populated and you have to worry about so much more, really, just the societal aspect of it. And I think we've been very lucky in our area to not see as much of the impact of this as a lot of other states have, because and I know even areas around us where must be printing something, but even areas around us where, like Massachusetts and Connecticut and Pennsylvania, have summer homes up here, and a lot of them have come up here to stay in their summer homes, and you know, clearly they're frightened. They don't want to be in larger communities. So, you know, on one hand, we're like, please, our resources just really stretched thin as it is. But on the other hand, you really have to be compassionate for people who are that scared and in a situation where they just want to get away. So it's, wow, it's just, things are so crazy right now, but just hoping for the best and that everything will kind of calm down a little bit. And we have the luxury of being able to go for walks and go to parks. Like, I could go to you know, Groton State Park and go hiking on the trail and not see another soul for a good 20 minutes, which it's good because we have that opportunity to get out of the house, and I just can't imagine being cooped up in my house for, you know, an extended period of time. So I feel for you if that's your, you know, if that's the case. I'm so sorry. I feel for you. But hopefully you have like some good things that you are working on, some good hobbies or projects. And if you are, please let me know. I want to hear about them, and leave a comment down below. On that note, I'm going to go do my eyeliner, my mascara, throw on a little blush, and I will be right back. Okay, so here is the final look. I finished it off with my Roundest Raspberry Clinique. These are the chubby sticks, and I love them. I love this color. It actually matches this eyeshadow look really, really well. So I like the eyeshadow palette. It smells wonderful. The colors are beautiful. If I had my way, if I had made this palette, I think I would have included a lighter shimmer. I mean, there is a lighter shimmer in there, but it's not as light as this. You know what I mean. Anyways, but I like the palette. I'm pretty happy with my purchase. So, thumbs up. And let me know how you're doing. Tell me what you're doing to stay busy. Hey, look. It's the boy child. Say hello.
Hello.
That's collective perspective. Anyways, thank you for joining me today. Let me know what you're doing. I'm really interested to find out. I mean, I'd love to hear about some of your hobbies, or if you guys are playing lots of cards or board games or binge watching Netflix, Tiger King. Don't even get me started. Anyways, TikToking your life away. Let me know. I'm curious. I want to hear about it. And if you like this video, please give it a hearty thumbs up. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want to see more like this, hit that subscribe button and ring that little notification bell, and it'll let you know when I'm uploading next. We'll see you next time. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.